Greetings and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me in another video. Today we're going to go over my Steelbook collection. I have over 300 titles of Steelbooks, so this will be quite a long video. I have them in alphabetical order starting with numbers, and I have them going down to that shelf there. And then I also have another shelf up over here with some Arrow video stuff on it. So kick back, this is going to be a long one. Thank you guys for joining me. Let's check out the Steelbook collection. So you guys probably noticed I've been uploading a lot of videos over the last week. I've had some time off of work. I go back on August 1st, so I thought I'd crank some videos out, get some content on the channel. I think I have plans for one more video after this one, which would probably be in a couple days, and then I'm going to probably take a couple weeks off at least, maybe a month or so. So let's get into it here with the first title. Is 300, kind of a comic book war adventure type movie. Very good. I really enjoy it. I'm probably not going to spend too much time per title just because there's a lot to show, and this video is already going to be over an hour, so I'm just going to kind of go through and show you guys what I have. Next one is 8 Mile with Eminem, and I thought he did a really good job. I'm not really into rap music, but I thought that it was a good kind of his life story, and I thought he acted pretty well in that movie. Next one's called 10 Cloverfield Lane. That was really good. The Amazing Spider-Man. My favorite Marvel character. An American Werewolf in London. Great werewolf movie. And then there's this was a limited edition from Europe years ago already now. This is the landscape cover. Really good. Angels and Demons, starring Tom Hanks. Annabelle, this was a FYE exclusive. I got it really cheap. It's still new and sealed for $7. I like those movies too. I like that whole Conjuring universe. It's pretty good. Apocalypse Now, classic. Marlon Brando, Martin Sheen. The Avengers. Not really the biggest fan of the modern comic book live action movies. I do have a couple, but not too many. This was another British release, the Basket Case trilogy, put out by Second Sight Films. It's a 3-disc set. Really cool. I got some of the Batman movies, and Batman is my favorite DC character. So this is the Jack Nicholson Joker Batman, starring Michael Keaton as Batman, Nicholson as Joker. It was a good movie, really, really good movie. And then Keaton reprised his role as Batman in Batman Returns. This time Danny DeVito was the Penguin. Batman Begins. These were pretty good. Here's a different cover of Batman Begins. Same movie, just different cover. The Big Lebowski. There's Dude on the cover, The Dude. John Goodman, good movie. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. This was another British release. Came with this beautiful slipcover. Steelbook is housed inside there. Hitchcock classic, The Birds. Blues Brothers, and there's 2 different covers of that. When Steelbooks first came out, I was pretty into them. I was getting at just about everything I could, but I try not to get them too much anymore. Next one is Bourne Identity. Matt Damon as Jason Bourne. The Bourne Supremacy. These were the collectible, kind of like the comic book covers. And the Bourne Ultimatum. Ryan Reynolds. This was a great movie. It was a really cool concept too, because pretty much Ryan Reynolds was the only actor in this entire movie, and he made it very suspenseful and kind of on the edge of your seat. It was a really good movie. The Butterfly Effect. Ashton Kutcher. This is another good movie. Pretty cool concept. Here's a British release from Eureka called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, limited edition. This is a German silent film, I believe from 1920. Tom Hanks as Captain Phillips, another great movie, based on a true story, I believe, about a pirate incident. Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway, Chinatown, excellent movie from the 70s. This is a holiday tradition in my house at the Walnuts compound. Every year we watch Christmas Vacation, starring Chevy Chase. Love it. Christine, kind of a weak cover. I don't like this bottom portion. It looks like it would be paper, like it's a J card, but it's actually painted onto the cover. They should have just expanded that cover on the front. That car, that looks beautiful, that color scheme. But that bottom portion kind of ruins it. Here's Vin Diesel in the Chronicles of Riddick, the unrated edition. Here's Clash of the Titans. This is the remake from the 2000s. Sam Worthington was the lead role in here. Some pretty good CGI, pretty good monsters in that one. Next one is Cloverfield. Kind of sci-fi horror, alien type movie. It's pretty good. It was okay. Kind of a murder mystery, Cold in July. I enjoyed it. Christian Bale as Batman in The Dark Knight. And Christian Bale reprises his role in The Dark Knight Rises. There's a German World War II movie called Das Boot. Submarine movie. Tom Hanks, The Da Vinci Code. This is kind of like part one. The Da Vinci Code is part one to Angels and Demons. Another sci-fi movie, action movie, Deep Impact. Very suspenseful. Gotta be really careful with the Steelbooks. There's another crime movie, The Departed. Had an all-star cast here of DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg. Filmed by Martin Scorsese. Quentin Tarantino's take on Django Unchained, starring Jamie Foxx as Django. You guys know how I feel about Django. Franco Nero's the only one for me for Django. Here's Dr. Terror's House of Horrors. This was limited to 4,000. This is another British release. Drive. This is a chilling movie, kind of a stalker murder movie. Eden Lake. Pretty horrifying scenes in there. Another Christmas tradition. Every year here at the Walnuts compound we watch Elf. Every year. Great movie. And rest in peace to James Caan, who just recently passed away. Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. This is another British release. Beautiful. It's embossed. You guys probably can't tell, but the lettering in the dragon it's embossed. It's really nice. Another British release from Eureka. This is The Entity, starring Barbara Hershey. Haunted ghost movie. This was a Best Buy exclusive, The Evil Dead and The Evil Dead 2, 4K, Blu-ray and digital code. This was kind of a hot ticket, sold out on pre-order. And this is the original, The Evil Dead, just a different cover of it. This one came out quite a while ago, several years ago now. So that was it for Shelf 1. Let's continue. Shelf 2, and continuing with Evil Dead. This is another Evil Dead, the first movie from 1980. Was it 80 or 81? With that iconic cover. It's beautiful. And then the Evil Dead remake, I guess you want to call it, reimagining, whatever you want to call it. That's it right there. The one from, I don't know when it came out, in the 2000s. And this is Ash versus Evil Dead Season 2 Steelbook. And Ash versus Evil Dead Season 3. Excuse me, I gotta itch my elbow really quick. Here we go. Still have yet to finish that series. E.T., childhood favorite, classic movie. Fast and the Furious. Stallone as Rambo, John Rambo in First Blood. Beautiful cover. Here's a British release of David Cronenberg's The Fly remake. Jeff Goldblum. Really good sci-fi classic from the 60s, Forbidden Planet with Robbie the Robot. This was limited to 4,000. It's all embossed. Well, not all of it, just, well, the robot and the lady are embossed, but the rest of it's just regular flat. Here's the Eureka edition of Fright Night. Fun movie. I think this is the Canadian Steelbook, From Dusk Till Dawn. A couple of favorites from my childhood. Ghostbusters. Really nice cover. Ghostbusters 2, another beautiful cover. Love those movies. And this was the kind of remake with the four ladies, which I thought was really good. A lot of people really crapped on this movie. I don't understand why. I thought the movie was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Japanese anime, Ghost in the Shell. G.I. Joe Retribution? No, G.I. Joe Retaliation. Sorry about that. In 3D. Here's The Godfather. Godzilla. I think this was the 2013 Godzilla. Something like that. Here's a biblical epic, Gods of Egypt. One of my favorite movies of all time, if not maybe my favorite. Goodfellas, definitely in the top 3 for sure. Another classic is some kind of smudge on there. Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. I enjoy the movie quite a bit. Guardians of the Galaxy. Rob Zombie's Halloween, collector's edition. Halloween Kills, 4K Ultra HD. Is it him? Is it Michael? Has he killed again? Oh, God. And we have The Hangover, a couple of comedies here. Adult comedies. And The Hangover Part 2. Pretty funny stuff. Some action crime thrillers. The Heat, great cast. 3 of the greatest ever to do it, Pacino, De Niro, and Val Kilmer. This is the British edition of it, and this is the US edition. Same movie, just different packaging. Another one I had a lot of fun with was Hellboy. Thought it was a really fun movie. Hellboy Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. Jet Li, Hero. Great kung fu type movie, martial arts. British comedy. I think these guys are hilarious together. That's Simon Pegg and Nick Frost in Hot Fuzz. And they also did other movies together like Shaun of the Dead. They did that pub crawl one. End of the World, I think it was called, or something like that. Those guys are great together. Very funny. And these are the How to Train Your Dragon movies with the virgin. They call these virgin covers because there's no writing on them. So this is part 1, Steelbook. These are beautiful, by the way. This is part 2. And this is part 3. I think they were all Best Buy exclusives, but I'm not sure. 100% sure. Here's a good post-apoc movie with Will Smith, I Am Legend. Very good. Kind of a remake of Omega Man with Charlton Heston from back in the day. Sci-fi. Interstellar. It was pretty good. I was a little bit let down. I thought it was going to be better, but I do love Matthew McConaughey. I think he's a great actor. Anne Hathaway played a great role too. Michael Caine's in it. Here's the original Stephen King's It from the 80s, the television series. Very good. And then this is the part 1 of the remake, I guess, if you want to call it that, with Skarsgård as Pennywise. And these are excellent. I love these movies. This one was pretty creepy. It Follows. This was pretty popular when it first came out. A lot of people were talking about it. It was pretty good. This is one of the Saw movies called Jigsaw. I enjoy these movies too, although they're pretty much all the same after you get past like part 2, but they're still entertaining. Had a lot of fun with Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg classic. Still haven't seen the newest one yet. Another one I loved as a kid, The Karate Kid. What a great movie, great story. So many great characters in this movie. Here's Kill Bill, Volume 1. And Kill Bill, Volume 2. Very good movies. I'm a fan of Tarantino, and I think a lot of everything he does turns to gold pretty much. I love his movies. Here's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Very cool cover. Weird movie, but it's fun. It's a popcorn drive-in style movie. Here is the Peter Jackson King Kong starring Jack Black. And I love this movie. This is so good. And the last one, kind of a funky movie, and the packaging kind of suits how the movie is. Kung Fu Hustle. That's beautiful. So that is the end of Shelf 2. We will keep moving on. We got a lot to go. Shelf number 3. We have Jim Henson's Labyrinth. Great movie. Classic movie from the 80s, from my childhood. Love it. Vin Diesel in The Last Witch Hunter. This was pretty good. I didn't really go into it with a lot of expectations, and I wasn't disappointed because I didn't have any expectations, but it was a good movie. I was enjoyed. I was entertained by it. This one is really good. This is a Hitchcock movie called Lifeboat. I recommend this one. Here's a British, I guess, kind of comedy. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Rob Zombie's The Lords of Salem. It's a western, a modern western called The Magnificent Seven. This is kind of the remake. Nowhere near as good as the original. Here's The Mummy. Again, this one was kind of a letdown. It wasn't really that great. This movie here was very dark, very well done. I enjoyed it. Jake Gyllenhaal was very creepy as the photographer in this movie, getting to all the crime scenes and accident scenes. This was very, very good. I really enjoyed that movie. Here's the original Nightmare on Elm Street with Robert Englund as Freddy. And then this is the remake without Robert Englund. I got this at FYE, and I got it for $10. This was Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger in that one. Tom Cruise in Oblivion. That was kind of a box office flop. It was okay. Here's an independent horror film called The Orphan Killer, a Matt Farnsworth movie. And it's signed up by the cast and crew. I helped to crowdfund that one years ago. Here's Simon Pegg and Nick Frost again in Paul. Very funny movie. These are great movies. This is the Mondo Pet Sematary Steelbook. Really cool. 4K. Here's Phantasm, the remastered edition. Might well go USA. Vin Diesel again in Pitch Black, The Chronicles of Riddick. The Princess Bride, excellent movie. I've talked about this on my channel already. You guys know how I feel about the movie, but it's very good. And this is a really cool steelbook too. Excellent characters. What a great story. Hitchcock's original Psycho, 1960. Janet Leigh. Great movie. My favorite Tarantino movie, Pulp Fiction. So many great characters, so many good one-liners. I thought this movie was pretty good. A Quiet Place. I still have yet to see part 2. It kind of, well, I don't want to give any spoilers, but there was somebody who died in part 1, and it makes me really not want to watch part 2. Here's Reanimator. This is from Second Sight from years ago. And then this is a German release of Reanimator 1 and 2 from Cape Light in Germany. Then I got some Resident Evil movies. I got the animated, one of the animated ones called Degeneration. And I like these more than I like the Mila Jovovich movies. I think the newest one that just came out recently is the best one. So I have the first Resident Evil. These didn't really stay true to the game franchise. We got Apocalypse, Extinction, Afterlife, and Retribution. And I'm missing the latest one, the one that ended the series. I'll still get it at some point, but here's another Second Sight Steelbook, The Return of the Living Dead. Awesome. I thought this movie was really good and really fun. This is The Revenant. I thought DiCaprio played a great role in this movie. Salem's Lot. Pretty good vampire movie. Here's an epic war movie, one of the better ones, Saving Private Ryan, starring Tom Hanks. And I got a couple of Scarface steelbooks. So this is a... Well, these are all U.S. releases, I think. Pretty sure. Well, at least these first two are. No, they're all three are U.S. This was like the comic book cover. This one came out a little bit later. And this one was a limited edition. I don't know why they put so many Scarface movies out. But I think I need like one or two more. You can never have too many Scarface movies, right? This one I thought was pretty good because I went into it not really expecting very much. It's an anthology. It came out a couple of years ago now called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was great. That steelbook looks really good too. And for some reason I have two Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I told you when steelbooks first came out I was pretty nuts about them. But being that they're very fragile and they take up a lot of room and they're heavy, I'm just not as into them. And at some point I'll probably sell the majority of these and just keep the horror stuff, but for now I have them. Here's Serenity. Like this one, I'll probably never even watch this. This one, on the other hand, was excellent. A great movie called Seven. Best Buy exclusive. Love the movie. Great ending. And then I have about 100 Shaun of the Dead steelbooks. I'll pull these out and kind of show them side by side. This first one, the first two here are US releases. And this was a British release, limited edition landscape cover. And I know this one was pretty pricey. I don't know if it still is. I don't know if it held its value over the years, but when Steelbooks and hard boxes started coming out back about like 10 years ago or so, everybody was goo-goo for them, and they were going for ridiculous money. I think they kind of came way down since then, but one of the best movies ever made. In fact, I think this is still #1 on IMDb, The Shawshank Redemption. Great movie. I have yet to find somebody who doesn't like this movie. Here's Silent Running. This is another British release. Sci-fi classic. And Sin City. So that is it for shelf number 3. Let's keep moving. So start shelf number 4 here. This is another FYE exclusive starring Johnny Depp, Sleepy Hollow. The Headless Horseman classic tale. Tim Burton movies. I love Tim Burton's movies. I thought this one was very good, called Snowpiercer, about a runaway train. Really suspenseful, great. Stargate, starring Kurt Russell and James Spader, sci-fi goodness. Star Trek, J.J. Abrams' take on Star Trek, very, very good. Star Trek Beyond. Rest in peace to Anton Yelchin. That was terrible and so sad. He was just, a very young actor. Had so much acting ahead of him, and this is Star Trek Into Darkness. And his life was taken instantly over a mistake. Straight Outta Compton. Again, I'm not a big rap guy at all, but I am aware of these guys, and I still have yet to watch the movie, but I heard it was pretty good, so I picked it up. Sucker Punch. Suicide Squad. Super 8. This was a fun kind of a coming-of-age Steven Spielberg type movie that Steven Spielberg has been known to make over his career. I enjoyed it. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Excellent. Tombstone, probably my favorite Western of all time. Excellent movie. Train to Busan, Japanese horror. It was very, very good. I recommend it. Transformers Age of Extinction. Tremors. The original True Grit, starring John Wayne. That's where he got his Oscar. Turbo Kid, post-apocalyptic movie, very, very good. Then I have 4 of the Underworld movies. Underworld Evolution. Underworld Rise of the Lycans. Underworld Awakening, and Kate Beckinsale is so freaking hot. What a gorgeous woman. V for Vendetta. Natalie Portman is gorgeous. Van Helsing, Kate Beckinsale. Wanted, Angelina Jolie, all these beautiful, gorgeous women. War of the Worlds, another Steven Spielberg movie. Wizard of Oz, a classic. Watch it at least once a year. This is a really nice addition too. Wolf Cop, I really like this one. Low budget horror, but it was pretty well done. World War Z, this one kind of tanked a little bit. Didn't really live up to the hype. I do like Brad Pitt though, he's a great actor. Wrath of the Titans. I have a couple of the X-Men movies. I have X-Men 2, X-Men United. X-Men The Last Stand. X-Men Origins, Wolverine. And X-Men Days of Future Past. Young Frankenstein, 40th Anniversary Edition. Hilarious. Zodiac, one of the best serial killer movies ever made. This movie was so good. I have a couple of the Game of Thrones Steelbooks. This one is the complete first season. It comes with like this little insignia in the middle. And then I have, what is this one? The second season. And I have a couple of the seasons of The Walking Dead. I've never seen any. I only saw one season of Game of Thrones. I saw season 1, and I couldn't get into it. And for The Walking Dead, I think I saw the first 4 seasons, and I lost interest in it. At one time, I did have all the seasons up to, I believe, 6, but I didn't go any further than that. I only watched up to 4, so this one starts with the 3rd season. I got rid of 1 and 2. I think I traded them or sold them. I can't remember. Here's the 4th season. Here's the 5th. These were Target exclusive Fat Pack Steelbooks. And that's the 6th season. So that was it already for shelf 4. We have 2 more shelves to go, and then I have a little pile on the floor that I wanted to share with you. It's like they're DVD-sized Steelbooks. Okay, so on the floor here, we got some of the Universal monster movies on Steelbook form. These are in no particular order. Frankenstein. These are all covers by Alex Ross, by the way, who is an exceptionally talented artist. Here's The Invisible Man. The Wolfman. Dracula. The Bride of Frankenstein. The Mummy. And Creature from the Black Lagoon. Then I have the 3 Lord of the Rings movies and the 3 Hobbit movies on Steelbook. So the first one is The Fellowship of the Ring. Love these movies so much. The 2 Towers. And The Return of the King. And the Hobbit movies, I have An Unexpected Journey. The Desolation of Smaug. And The Battle of the 5 Armies. I have a couple of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Steelbooks. This is the 40th anniversary 2-disc edition from Second Sight. This is an FYE exclusive, also the 40th anniversary. This is a German release from Turbine. This is a 3-disc set, 4K. And this is also German. This is a 2-disc set. And then this was a Best Buy exclusive. And I have some of the Studio Ghibli movies, not all of them, but some of them. And these are in no order. Ponyo. Castle in the Sky. Princess Mononoke. Spirited Away. Kiki's Delivery Service. Grave of the Fireflies. Howl's Moving Castle. Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind. Porco Rosso. Whisper of the Heart. My Neighbor Totoro. The Wind Rises. And The Secret World of Arrietty. And so now the rest of these, or the majority of the rest of these, are Star Wars. And then I have a couple Friday the 13th. But this is the original Star Wars. For some reason I have 2 of those. Then I have The Empire Strikes Back, The Return of the Jedi, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, The Force Awakens, and Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And the last one is The Last Jedi. And let me get in this little corner over here, because I do have a couple Friday the 13th books I want to show. This is a German release, a Mondo release. Then there's part 1, which is beautiful. And part 2, and I'm dropping them all over the floor, which is not a good thing to do. So let me back that ass up here for a minute and regroup for a moment. And I'll put them all on the shelf here for you guys to see. So we have the German Mondo release. And we have part 1 and 2 with the original movie poster art. And then this was a German release with a lenticular plate. And this is the, I guess, remake from 2009, whatever you want to call it. So that was it for that shelf. I'm going to go up and show you guys my Arrow Video Steelbooks. And then I'll show you a couple of DVD sized, and we'll call it a video. Alright, so moving over here to the Arrow Video shelf for Steelbooks. We have An American Werewolf in London. Takashi Miike's Audition. Battle Royale. Fulci's The Beyond. Beautiful cover. John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. Mario Bava's Black Sunday. Another Bava movie, Blood and Black Lace. I thought this movie was excellent. Brian De Palma's Blowout, starring John Travolta and Nancy Allen. It's a really, really good movie. As is this one too, Joe Dante's The Burbs. I love that movie. Great slasher picture here called The Burning. City of the Living Dead. Day of the Dead. Demons 1 and 2. Django. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. The Fall of the House of Usher. Look at that cover. Man, that's beautiful. The Driller. Whoa. Not good. The Driller Killer. Pam Grier as Foxy Brown. Great movie. The Hills Have Eyes. Argento's Inferno. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978 remake. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. King of New York. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Lady Snowblood 1 and 2. Last House on the Left. I got this for $10 at FYE. Tobe Hooper's Life Force. Horror sci-fi movie. Pretty well done. The Long Good Friday. British movie. Maniac Cop. William Lustig. Brian De Palma's Phantom of the Paradise. Argento's Phenomena. Here's another panoramic view. The Pit and the Pendulum. Beautiful. That's when they used to make painted covers for their movie posters back then. Porky's. Rabid, the original. They have since remade it, the Saska sisters. Here's a FYE exclusive of Reanimator. RoboCop 4K. Shivers. British comedy, Time Bandits. Pretty good movie. I really enjoy it. Kind of an adventure comedy. Theater of Blood. The Thing. Tenebrae. White of the Eye. And maybe the best one, I don't know, Zombie Flesh Eaters, aka Zombie, Fulci's Zombie, 1979. That cover is pretty spectacular. Alright, I'm going to show you the DVD Steelbooks. And these are going to be in no order, but the first one here is a German Steelbook for Day of the Dead. It's a 2-disc with a lenticular plate. These were pretty highly collectible when they first came out years ago. Here's one called Trauma. Let me put these here like that. Okay. There's another German release of Diary of the Dead. Another 2-disc set. Beowulf. Wes Craven's The Breed. Unrated edition of the Boondock Saints. Will Smith and I Am Legend. Immortal. The Omen. Here's another German edition with the lenticular plate. This is Cannibal Holocaust. From XT Video. House by the Cemetery, 2-disc set. Voodoo or Zombie, 1979, Fulci. Lenticular plate. And the last one is a triple feature 3-pack serial killers. You get Ed Gein, Gacy, and Dahmer. You get the 3 movies on 3 discs. I have one more little stack to show you, and that is the Synapse Film Steelbooks, and then we will wrap it up. So I'm in a different room now, and I feel like I forgot some stuff, and as I'm looking, I did forget one for sure. This was an Anchor Bay release. It was a steelbook of the Dario Argento 5 films. Do You Like Hitchcock, Phenomena, The Card Player, Tenebrae, and Trauma. So you get 5 movies in that steelbook. And then I just recently showed these, but I'm going to show them again just to include them in this video. I have the Kindred. These are from Synapse Films. Tombs of the Blind Dead. And this is going to fight me, isn't it? Well, anyway, we'll get through it. Demons 2. Demons. Phenomena. Almost there. The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. This is really good. Suspiria. Tenebrae. Massacre at Central High. Popcorn. And the last one is a different edition of Suspiria, the different slipcover. So that is it for the Steelbooks, and like I said, I probably forgot some somewhere, but stay tuned. In the next couple of days, I'm going to upload a video for my Digibooks and Media Books collection. So yeah, that's what I'll do next, I guess. So thank you very much for watching. I always do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below in the comments section. I always do appreciate a thumbs up, because that will make YouTube kind of share my video a little bit more. The more the thumbs up and views and comments and stuff I get, they're more apt to share a video like that, so I can maybe grow the channel a little bit. Anyways, guys, thank you very much and take care. I'll catch you next time. Later.